Hello guys. Um, since I got my recent activity that happened out of the way, I was gonna go ahead and record the original experience that I really wanted to talk about. And this happened back in February when it was like the first activity of the year basically. And it was pretty compelling because as I've said, I have a lot of activity, especially in this house. I've had a lot of activity, but it was different the first time around, and now that I'm older, it's I guess the activity kind of matured as well. I'm not really sure, but it's different. Um, so back in February, it was actually on the 20th, because I'm the type of person when something weird happens, I write it down because every time you try to recall it, you recall it differently every single time. And I don't want to destroy evidence, I guess you can say. So I immediately write it down, like the second I have the ability to. I'll even get up in the middle of the night and I'm like jotting it down. So I don't mess up anything. So that's what I did. So I'm kind of going over it here so I don't tell it wrong. But this was back in February. It was on the 20th. I had just come home from work. It was a completely normal day. I worked all day and I came home and I spent time with my fiance. And when he went home that night, I got ready for bed, and my bedtime ritual is a little weird, I guess you can say, because you know things happen in my house, and I don't investigate it when it actually happens, because it's not worth it. I mean, I hear a lot of noises, and it sounds like somebody's in the kitchen or somebody's in the living room and everyone's asleep, and all the animal, or like my cat would be with me and the dog would be with my mom. I mean, there's no reason for there to be so much noise going on, and it's like someone's making like hot chocolate or something. It's inappropriate to be happening at like 12 o'clock. But anyways, that stuff is incredibly common from time to time, so I tend to just cover up the noise growing up by like having really loud fans or playing music till I fell asleep. And then just recently, with good old technology, I just have an HDMI cord hooked up from my laptop to my awesome TV, and I play movies until I fall asleep. And so I have my laptop open and I have my TV on, and when the movie's over, the logo will pop open, and it's basically like, you need to play the movie again or find a different movie, and I end up just, kind of slouching over, pressing replay, and going back to bed. That's what I always do, just to cover up all the noise. Anyway, so I put on a movie that night, and it's normally Howl's Moving Castle because I love that movie. It's the best thing to fall asleep to. And something unusual happened that night. I wake up in the middle of the night. I think it's around, I'm guessing it might have been around 12. I have no idea, actually, to be honest with you. I'm guessing. But anyways, my laptop's turned off. My TV's turned off. I mean, my room is completely pitch black, and it's not a normal black. It's not a normal darkness. It's like a heavy darkness. But like, I'm kind of dazed in my sleep, and I'm used to unusual things happening, so I'm like trying not to pay attention to it because I don't want to encourage things to happen. I just want it to do its thing and then just kind of go away. So I'm not paying attention to it, but I'm like acutely aware that this is unusual because my laptop does not go to sleep. I set it up so that it does not go to sleep, so I may continue to watch movies throughout the night. And even if it did go to sleep, it blinks. It blinks. And if it was turning off to restart, like it was updating itself and it turned itself off, it still blinks. and it doesn't take like an entire 2 minutes or however long I was waiting for the light to come back on, or for me to completely wake up and see that, oh, I was just kind of still asleep and now everything's normal. That didn't happen. And with the TV, I have a little logo, the Vizio logo on your TV, and even when it's turned off, it has a little dim orange glow to it, and there was nothing. So I don't know what that was. It creeped me out to the point where I was like, well, what time is it? And I'm reaching over to get my phone, and I'm pressing my phone to turn it on so I can see what time it is, and it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, my phone. I need some sort of light source up in here, and after a while, I get it to work, and I don't remember what time it was. I mean, that was the sole reason why I was looking at my phone, and I don't remember what time it was. And then, for some strange reason, I think I just fell back asleep. And when I fell asleep, I had a really strange dream. I wasn't in my body. I was in like a separate body, and I didn't know who this person was. And this person was with a group of people I personally did not know, but I guess they were friends because they were all being hooligans together, and they were in the middle of these woods. I did not know. I was not familiar with these woods, and they were just walking down this path, this dirt road. I guess deeper into the woods. To me, it felt like they were walking deeper into the woods, just being kids. And it's getting twilight outside. It's getting pretty dark, and I'm like, in my brain, like in my normal self, I'm like, you guys are being pretty stupid. It's kind of getting dark. You're in a place you have no idea what's here, and something's best. You're setting yourself up for something terrible to happen. And just a couple of seconds after that, this pickup truck comes blazing from behind them. It kicks up dirt and it drives past them, and the kids are like, "Whoa!" Well, no shit. Something was eventually going to drive down a dirt road, and he stops after he gets a little, like a good bit far away from them, and he kind of turns off into the side road where I'm guessing it was like a long driveway that would eventually lead to somebody's house, because I live in the country and it's very normal to be walking or driving on a dirt road, and there'll be like a house in the middle of nowhere just kind of chilling there, and you're like, oh, there's a house here. And that's very normal, and I'm guessing that's what that was going on. And he stops and he makes this motion like he's about to turn around to come back up to us, and we all get a little wigged out by that, because this is a countryman, and you don't know what to expect, especially when you're encroaching upon someone's territory. And so we start backing up and kind of like turn around, and we start like kind of hurrying back the other way, back to the car. And I happened to glance behind me to see what was going on, to see if he was coming back around, and he wasn't. He stopped, and he kind of like just took that way and just went off that side road. And that's when I noticed there was something else on the road besides us and that truck, and it was on the main path, and it was a good bit away from where the truck turned off at. So I couldn't tell if it was human or if it was an animal, but it was this humongous black mass, like a shadow, just sitting right in the middle of the road. And I wasn't the only person to notice it, because then I heard someone else in the group start to scream, and I was like, oh my god. And we all of a sudden we just started to run, and the thing just started to chase us, and it was like we were running in like peanut butter, those dreams where you're just running in place and whatever's chasing you is just like hauling ass at you, and you're like, oh my god, this is awful. It's exactly what was happening. We were just all running in place pretty much, and it was just catching up, and like I kept turning my head to see how close it was getting, and each time it was closer and closer and closer and closer, until like I turned around and it was like right on us, and like it leapt up on us, and I woke up. And when I woke up, my laptop was on, and my TV was on, and my little media player logo was on the screen telling me I needed to press play or select another movie, and I was like, what just happened? I mean, did I just dream all of that? I don't personally feel like I dreamed all of that. I mean, obviously I dreamed the nightmare section, but I don't think I dreamed about my room being pitch black and then waking back up from my dream and my room being normal. I don't, I really don't know what happened, and that's never happened before. I don't think it's ever happened before. Maybe I never woke up when it was happening. I don't know, but I don't know if it was like maybe something was draining the technology, or if something blocking out the light, or if something was interfering with my phone, because since that night my phone has not been working properly. It actually has the same problems as it has that night, and I cannot wait till I get a new phone, but I'm poor. I have to wait till my upgrade in December. I'm waiting on it. But if anyone else has had experience like that or have any like knowledge to shed on this, because I understand the technology, especially the technology that I use every single day. I understand how my phone works. I understand how my laptop works. I understand how my TV works, and it wasn't doing what it normally does, even when it's acting funny. I mean, I even know my stuff's acting funny, and this was completely. It was unplugged and it just died or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But yeah, if you guys have any idea or anything about it, you just share it with me. Bye.